And welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Back from the Grid podcast. We are on episode 18, Cody. Can you believe this?
What? That's
Oh,
crazy.
man.
Dude, if only we started 2 weeks earlier, then we could be doing episode 20.
Oh, man. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got a lot of exciting stuff for you guys planned today. This is going to be the last one of the decade, guys.
What?
So we got to
2020.
end this off with a bang here.
Yeah.
We got a lot of cool
bang
stuff.
here.
A bang here.
Guys, this is okay. Before we begin, let me tell you guys that we're doing this really early because we've got some scheduling issues coming up. So it's 11 a.m. and we usually record this like at about 7 p.m. 7 p.m.
Yeah, thanks, Cody.
So
thanks
Matthew isn't even usually awake at this point. So you got to give him a little bit of give him some leeway here.
I run in the night. I am Batman.
All right,
Batman.
Matthew, what are we doing today?
We're talking about all of our favorite things here, like our host chat and our nostalgia. We got some really cool interactions from our Lapaya. We got an interesting versus segment today, and we got some exciting news from the Game Awards that is going to be really interesting to see, and a special occasion kind of quiz that I have personally made up just for you.
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Just for you guys, not me. just for you guys. I'm going to suck at this one. Anyways,
let's dive right into it.
Let's dive right in. Matthew, what have you been doing? What's been up? How's it going? How's this past few weeks been going for you?
Spider-Man, PlayStation 4. That's all I need to say.
You've been just tearing into that game.
I have almost 100% completed the game.
Wow.
It is the one game I actually collected all the collectibles in the game.
Okay.
So when a game makes me do that, the thing that I hate to do, I would say that's a pretty good game.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really good.
Why? What makes it so good?
Because it's the one Spider-Man game that feels like what a Spider-Man game should do. The story is top notch. It made me empathize with these characters. It laid down this rich story bed of this universe that you've never seen. Because it's different from other Spider-Man games. Because this is, you basically are stepping into the story while it's happening. It's already been a couple years since he's been Spider-Man. And he's gotten through high school. He's gotten through college and university. And now he's working with Doc Ock before he goes mad and crazy. Which made me skeptical because at the beginning of the game, he's working with Doc Ock, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Doc Ock, you're the Dr. Octavius, you're the greatest guy. You're just wanting to save people and be such a wonderful person." And you're over here just like, "Oh boy, oh man, if only he knew what's gonna happen." Because it's everybody knows who Doc Ock is. You know what's gonna happen eventually.
Yep. He gonna go all hentai.
Pretty much. I mean, by the end of by the end of it, and I'm just but they do it in when he eventually does become Doctor
Octopus.
Doctor Octopus.
That's his name, man.
Oh
that's
my
his
God.
name.
When he eventually does become that, it's really emotional for Peter Parker in this game because he's viewed him as kind of this father figure. So when his father figure kind of goes to the dark side, he just kind of gets all sad and mopey and stuff. And it's the story's payoff is really good. I'm playing through the DLC right now, which is, I'm gonna say right now, if you play the game, go play the game and level yourself up as much as you can before you play the DLC, because the DLC will completely destroy you. I'm over here just I got through the second DLC chapter. And I think it was named Turf Wars. And that was ridiculously difficult for me. The final boss, I got done with it after dying 10 times. And I was just okay, good. I don't want to ever play this again. Because it wasn't even the boss himself that was difficult. It was his minions that killed me. He'd have minions during his boss fight. So I'm trying to land hits on him, and then one of his minions come up and try to hit me. So I never get any window of opportunity to actually hit him.
Okay. So it's a difficult boss battle. The DLC. Would you consider it a little unbalanced?
I
So
mean,
I
it
would say
is
that's
meant
probably a
to
yes.
play after the
Mm.
main game.
So once you've collected all the collectibles, and you said yourself you almost collected all the collectibles, so you must be like as leveled up as you can be
I'm
to
level
go up against
50,
this DLC.
which I mean, yeah, it's gotten better. But before I think it was like levels 40
Mm.
when I went and did that boss fight,
Mm-hmm.
and I regretted it because I was missing a bunch of items that I could have really used for that boss fight.
So what you're saying is you got good.
I got good.
Good to know. Good to know. Have you been doing anything else? Is just Spider-Man?
Played a little bit of Boneworks, which we'll talk a little bit later about, and that's about it.
Hmm.
So what have you been up to, Cody?
Well, Matthew, I have been also playing some Boneworks, which we'll talk about later, and really, I've just been like soaking it in, man. College is over. We're done officially, 100%. We're all finished, completed, 100%. You know, all the collectibles of college. You know, student debt.
Collected.
You've got like hundreds of thousands of papers that you're never gonna need again. You get to sort through and mess with and stuff. And yeah, it's just been enjoying it, man, and working and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, Matthew, the one thing that everyone is here for, that we have to say, is the day that this is uploaded, because since we're recording this a little early, a couple days early than we usually do, the day that this is uploaded, there will be 72 days left before Mountain Blade Bannerlord is officially released onto Steam.
Oh.
Now, when I say officially released, the release date is set for March of 2020. I have assumed that to mean March 1st. I could very well be wrong. It may be a little bit longer than we're saying, but generally,
In our hearts, it will always be March 1st.
Generally, it's coming up pretty soon, guys. It's coming up pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to it. And I think that just about gets us into this. So, Matthew, let's talk about the past decade. This has been 10 years of life and of things and
decisions.
all sorts of stuff that have happened. So 2010 to 2020 is a long time. There's a lot of things that have happened. There's been music, there's been movies
not
and
so great movies.
not so great movies, video games, not so great video games, world-changing events and whatnot. So, Matthew, what is your favorite anything of the last decade?
My favorite anything.
Or some of your favorite anythings.
What was anything that I would say was my favorite thing from this decade?
Yeah.
I
mean, it's a big question.
That's a kind of...
It's a big question. That's 10 whole years to summarize into like 5 minutes.
The Call of Duty games, obviously.
No, all of them?
No.
Every single one of them, Matthew? Even the mobile ports?
Oh, man. That was such a great thing.
I know, right? Right. And then like loot boxes and all that. It's wonderful.
I guess the new Star Wars trilogy would probably be my favorite thing.
I thought your most disappointed movie, though, was Last Jedi.
Hey. Okay, so let me just say something.
Let me say something.
Rant mode engaged.
Yes. All right, here, we'll get the soapbox out.
Okay. Let me get on it.
All right.
The Last Jedi is not a terrible movie.
Correct.
It does things that are unconventional for a Star Wars film that people do not find it to make it be a good Star Wars film. It's a okay film. It was good. But as a Star Wars film, the fact that not J.J. Abrams, it was, what was his name?
Ryan
Johnson?
Maybe, yeah.
He thought that subverting expectations would make it a good Star Wars film, when in actuality, it ended up dividing the Star Wars fandom.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he kind of pushed off a bunch of the stuff that J.J. Abrams laid down the work and the...
yeah.
My God. he laid down this foundation for this solid universe for the sequel trilogies, only for Ray Johnson to kind of be like, nope.
But we're talking about favorite things here, Matthew. So, understandably, movie wasn't bad. However, it's still a decent movie. But you're talking about just overall having Star Wars return is a cool thing, right?
Yeah. No, it's like I understand a lot of people have kind of considered this to be the dark point of the Star Wars universe.
No, I think that was the prequels. I mean, I think that's done and past.
Well, people are worried because of the fact that when Disney acquired it, they're like, well, now we've officially reached the low point, and people still consider the actual prequels to be better than the sequel trilogy, which is kind of shocking. Personally, I would prefer the sequel trilogy over the prequels, unless we're talking Revenge of the Sith, because I actually enjoyed Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
But yeah, no, the sequel trilogy was really good, and I feel like something that defines this this decade. And it's really exciting to see Star Wars kind of return. And I understand Kathleen Kennedy, I believe, was the person who's over LucasArts now. I question a lot of her decisions, but going as far as the sequel trilogy goes, it's not that bad as the prequels.
But there's not just the sequel trilogy though. Yeah, there's also Rogue One, Mandalorian, Han Solo movie.
That one can go.
Hey, some people liked it.
That's cool. That's
yeah, exactly. And I think they're making a Obi-Wan trilogy.
No, they canceled.
Oh, it's canceled. Okay, well, still whatever. But there's lots of Star Wars, and yeah, I think you're totally right. Star Wars is a very defining thing, and I'm glad that it wasn't just ended, and they were able to bring it into the new decade, and it's going to continue. Like, is it Friday that the new one comes out?
Yeah.
By the way, people spreading spoilers about this movie when it's not even out.
Stop.
Come on, guys. We managed to not spoil Endgame for like 3 months. Can't we just at least wait till it's released to release spoilers for this movie? Like, dude.
I ended up having Joker spoiled to me because everyone was posting this one video everywhere on YouTube and Facebook about the the Murphy scene, the one where he's in the talk show.
Yeah.
Before the movie came out.
Okay, real quick. Hey, hold on, Matthew. Hold on, Matthew. Your mic has been off this whole time. Did you have it muted this whole time? Oh my goodness, you've had it muted this whole time. Guys. This is rough, guys. This is rough.
It's early.
We're having technical difficulties. We might be able to just keep rolling with this.
Let's just...
because you could hear Matthew through my microphone. Ooh, that's rough. That's like 10 minutes.
No, it's not. That's like 5.
7.
7.
Yeah, we're on a bit of a time constraint today, or we could just redo this. Oh boy, that's fun. Let's just keep rolling, guys. Unfortunately, you're not gonna hear anything. Like I said, this is early, so we're both struggling here. Wow. Okay.
So what's your favorite thing of the decade?
All right. Let's just we can keep going. Hopefully, my microphone picked you up enough. I don't know if it did. Oh boy, that's stressing me out now. Okay. Well, since you guys just heard me talking for the past 7 minutes, I guess I'll talk some more. I would have to say probably my favorite thing for the last decade is the TV show Rick and Morty, which was released in 2013, which unfortunately is not something that we can talk about, Matthew, because you have not watched it.
Unfortunately.
But it's a wonderful, wonderful, quirky little show. It's effed up. It's a really effed up show. And it has spawned some toxicity with certain amounts of fans. Yeah.
Pickle Rick.
However, I think overall the show has been a very big plus to the last decade. It's a wonderful show. I love watching it. I've been keeping up with the new season that is coming out today. No, that has been coming out for the last few months, and a new episode came out Sunday, I believe. Which, okay, let me go on a little rant here, get on my soapbox real quick. Why are you releasing episodes at 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday? Like, people gotta work in the morning, man. What is your problem? Why Sunday? It's on the internet. You can release it whenever you want. You release it on a Sunday? Like, guy, I can't watch that until that Monday night because I gotta work in the morning.
You don't need to watch it.
Anyways, it's a great show. It's really weird, and it's a very strange show, but I think ultimately it's okay. So I could keep talking about that, but I've apparently been talking for the last 15 minutes, and no one has heard Matthew at all.
Oh my God.
Matthew, how about you go ahead and lead us into your gaming news segment?
Cody,
big blotch of nothing.
Cody, we got some exciting stuff to talk about.
Yeah, go. I'm gonna mute my mic, so you just talk for 7 minutes, and I'm not gonna say a word.
Oh man! So a great announcement, in my opinion, came out of the Game Awards that The Wolf Among Us 2 is back at development. Oh my God! Apparently, remember, Cody, when we did that whole news story about Telltale being resurrected? You remember that story, right?
I do remember, and it wasn't really as resurrected as it was just sort of like repurposed, but, high hopes.
Telltale's new owner basically went ahead and announced this. LCG Entertainment, which is the people responsible for the resurrected game company, or a game developer, went ahead and stated that this will be their first Telltale game ever since the company went bankrupt in 2018. This is super exciting. I love the original Wolf Among Us, so it's going to be definitely exciting to see this kind of return. I really lost hope that we would not be getting back, so I'm super excited to see this. Unfortunately, though, it's going to be exclusive to the Epic Game Store, so... And there's no release date, so gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it.
Gosh darn it, guys. Gosh darn it.
We won one battle. Now we just have to go fight a couple more. So anyway, that leads us to our next discussion.
Wait, that was
talking about.
That was it?
That was short, wasn't it?
That you usually have like this whole paragraph and like nicely typed out notes to use, and I'm just like winging it over here. I guess it is early, guys. Yeah,
but there's not much to talk about.
We can see on our levels here on the monitor. I've got like this tiny little space of no talking, and then Matthew's just like 10 minutes, nothing. Oh boy, this is gonna be a professional episode. That's one way to end the decade, guys. Best way.
Oh my God.
So let's go ahead and discuss Boneworks VR, which is a new physics-based adventure mystery adventure game for virtual reality. It works on Windows mixed reality, it works on the Oculus, it works on basically if you have room scale VR, then you can play this game. So I would like to discuss this because both me and Matthew have played it. Both me and Matthew are avid VR users, and I feel like we could have some good insights on this. There are kind of maybe spoilers in this if you're not careful, so we'll try to avoid spoilers because it is a mystery like adventure game. So we're not going to talk about like story details, but technically speaking, this game in which you use VR to react to things physically and have physics, and you can climb things and you can hit a wall. I know like when VR first started, it was a lot of like everything except a couple items you can interact with is just non-existent. You can push your head through it, you can do whatever, but this game does it entirely differently, and I would say, personally, for the most part, I think it does a great job. I really enjoy the physics engine in this game. It took me a while to get used to it, I'll admit. It took me a while to get used to it. But the way that it's set up is very... What's the word I'm looking for? It's
authentic?
Streamlined. Yeah, like I don't have a lot of issues with needing to press this weird button and then do this weird hand motion to do this. It's just like once you get into the game, yeah, it just works, and you just start to automatically feel how you're supposed to move your character, and it can be cool. With that said, a VR game with physics. The first one, really, there's might have been a few others, but the first big one ever made, it's got some issues.
It does got some issues.
And Matthew, I'm gonna let you talk about that because I've been talking for like 5 minutes.
Save points, 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 save points.
All right. I haven't had an issue with the save points.
I die, and then next thing you know, I lose 10, 15 minutes worth of progress. I go to the very beginning of the level.
I wouldn't say 10, 15 minutes. I've had auto saves at good points. It's not perfect. It's not perfect.
I'm not the only one that's alone on this. I mean, that's its biggest complaint right now. If you go onto the Steam store and see its reviews, that's literally its biggest criticism is the infrequent amount of saves.
Yeah, but that issue is more just from a game design point of view than less of a technical point of view.
That's what it is. It's a game.
Well, I know. What I'm trying to say there is like, yeah, the save points are a little off, but you know, there's still good points about it with like the physics and.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just criticizing it for one issue that it has.
And you know that's fair. I haven't had an issue.
I'm trying to give constructive criticism here.
Fix your save points, Boneworks. Fix your save points. What have you thought about the physics part of the game?
It works all right. There's some parts in it where it kind of acts weird and funky. Specifically,
have you gotten your hand stuck in things before?
In VR, yeah. No.
You haven't? Because I've been trying to like push through a door or something and my hand just goes and then I try to pull back and it's just going and I have to like jump and spin and turn and like just maneuver. Things get stuck in walls more often than they should, I think.
I don't know. I haven't really had that issue. Thankfully.
Do you play seated or do you play standing up?
Standing up.
Okay.
Have you had issues jumping?
Not really.
Because I played with the Vive wand controllers and like literally takes... I'm pressing like 500 times. I'm holding nothing. Pressing nothing.
Well, I know that in the tutorial it did say that if you set your height wrong, you might have issues jumping.
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, well, maybe you said it wrong. I don't know.
I didn't set it wrong. You said it wrong.
Hey, that's not an argument. That's not a discussion there. You're just like yelling words. Anyway,
I'm James.
This has turned into a versus segment, guys.
James Jonah. And you're all wrong.
James Jonah Jameson. And you're all wrong. Yeah, so Boneworks is an interesting game. I think as just generally in the VR space, as a game, I think this is a amazing first step into physics in a VR environment. And I know there are, which is really, really cool, guys. It's so awesome. There are haptic like gloves and suits and stuff in development.
My friend actually has one of the Valve Index headsets, and I'm really jealous. I'm probably gonna go make him download Boneworks and play it, so that way he can actually take advantage of his.
Is Valve Index haptic?
Well, okay, so it allows. So with the Index controllers, the knuckles, they allow for individual finger tracking.
Oh, okay.
So they wrap around your hand from like the thumb around the middle of your hand.
Yeah.
So they are, you don't have to grip them or anything.
Right.
So when you attempt to grip something, it detects the actual amount of pressure you're applying, or at least detects how your fingers are kind of reaching around it. So when you kind of grip it, when you move your hand like this, it detects that.
Yes.
And we've lost Cody, everyone.
I was trying so hard not to laugh there, guys. He was just making some hand gestures. Anyways, well, when I was talking about haptic, I mean like resistance. So when you move your fingers and you grip something, then it actually like resists the movement.
And we got a couple of those too,
depending on the size of the object. So like if it's a really big object, then your fingers get resisting like movement from the glove or whatever it is, and it makes it feel like you're actually holding the thing, which is so cool. But anyways, that stuff is in development. This is the first like big physics VR game, and I think once we combine all this stuff, maybe a couple years down the road, it's gonna be friggin' awesome. Friggin' awesome. It's pretty cool stuff.
So,
okay.
Yeah, what do you guys think of Boneworks VR, or what do you guys think of just VR in general? Go ahead and let us know in the comment section, or meet us on our social media network. Cody, what are the links?
Because you don't remember the links.
Wow, that's
Back from the
hurtful.
Grid. Well, it's true. It's Back from the Grid podcast on Facebook and Back from the Grid on Twitter and Twitch. Come say hi, guys. We're hanging out, we're around, and we want to hear from you. Speaking of hearing from you guys, we definitely heard from you guys in the next two segments. The next segment being our Versus segment, which I'm sure all of you love because it is a very fun segment. And I'm sure every single one of you who voted are actually listening to us right now when we discuss these things. I am positive of that. 100% positive. But last week, it was... Hold on, I'm scrolling. I know who the one was, but I can't... Okay. Last week, it was Ben 10 from the Ben 10 Cartoon Network show versus Sandy Cheeks, the squirrel from SpongeBob. You guys voted. There were 9 people who voted, and Matthew...
Once again, lost.
Hey, by 1 vote, though. So 1 person on here voted more for Sandy Cheeks than Ben 10.
Who was that one person?
I don't know. There's a lot of people who vote, but there's 5... 5 people voted for Sandy Cheeks, 4 people who voted for Ben 10. Let me just say, you 5, you're correct. Thank you. You are absolutely correct and right, and I fully support your decisions in life.
You know what? I've just come to the conclusion that people just don't even care about the whole fighting aspect. I feel like that they actually just care about the which one's better.
Well, that's the whole thing.
That's not the whole point.
Yeah, it's a point enough. Anyways.
Oh my god. I'm done.
So this time, since we've been talking about Telltale and whatnot, we've got who's fighting this week, Matthew?
Who's fighting?
Who are you gonna pick to lose this time?
Screw you. Clementine versus Zelda.
Ooh.
So Clementine would obviously win.
So she's gonna lose. Good to know.
Okay. Wow, buddy. Hey, you know what? She's a survivor.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
She's a strong, independent woman.
She is a great character. I love her character, but magic wins against a girl with a pistol.
I'll just inform you right now, sir.
Oh, he got quiet, guys. He got quiet.
Clementine
He's getting serious, guys.
Has survived way more than Zelda will ever.
Excuse me, Mr. Ganondorf is the best villain ever who can murder anyone that Zelda had to go up against for her entire life? Are you trying to tell me that she didn't go through anything?
Are we just talking?
Okay, are you trying to tell me that she didn't go through anything?
Which one are we talking here? Which Zelda are we talking about?
We're just talking about Zelda. Like the character. All of the character. All of her incarnations, as well as Clementine's. Child Clementine, adult Clementine, whatever. They're fighting each other. Just the character in general.
Okay. Just because she has magic doesn't automatically
mean that magic wins.
Can she dodge a bullet? America bullets always hurt.
I mean, I imagine that there would be spells for that.
And even then...
And she has a piece of the Triforce, which you said yourself in the Ganondorf battle that it was like unbeatable.
Yeah, but that was like because the one he had was the Triforce of Power.
Yeah.
He had the Triforce of Power. So? She's over here like, I got the Triforce of Wisdom.
So she's very wise. She knows, hey, that's a gun. I better not stand in front of it.
Yeah, stand right in front of it. Just accept your fate.
Well, I mean, okay. Talk about Clementine, because obviously Zelda's gonna win, but try to make
First
some
off,
sort of argument.
Clementine is very resourceful.
Uh-huh.
We've seen that in the games where she made stitches out of like fishing line and like a needle.
Zombies get stitches.
Oh my god. You're over here just like, I'll let you defend yourself from Zelda, but I'm actually gonna speak.
What? Hey, I'm making a joke, all right?
Oh my god.
Screw you. Keep going.
Anyway, she's resourceful. She's very knowledgeable about the zombie apocalypse and just dealing with enemies. She's really good in hand-to-hand combat. She can stand by herself and take a beating while at the same time delivering a beating. And she's really cutthroat, kind of no bars, no holding back kind of person, which is admirable. She's not going to just go down without a fight. She's strong. She's resourceful. She can run really fast. Specifically during
She's a
quick time
sprinter.
events.
Oh, man.
I mean, have you seen her run? Like, Jesus.
She can run, guys.
She can run.
She can run. All right, well, you know what Zelda can do? She has magic. End of story. Hey, guys, so that's the end of our versus segment.
Oh my gosh.
No, but Zelda is a regal royalty. She's lived her whole life having to defend her kingdom from untold horrors and evil magic and evil sorcerers. And to be fair, she puts her trust in a little elf boy. But you know, there you go. Hey, Clementine was stuck in her treehouse until Lee came and saved her. So you know, you got to rely on other people at some points in your life. But
Not
Zelda's
your entire
awesome.
life.
Zelda is just like super cool. She's got all this like elite ninja training from her what's the name, the
Impa?
no, the lady with the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, Impa, but what's her like tribe's name?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but she's got all sorts of like elite ninja training. And if you want to talk about running, if you've ever played Smash Brothers, that lady can sprint. All right, she can sprint. So that's my argument. But
alrighty,
let's have you guys decide.
Yeah, that's up to the
for the
viewers to
18th time on our Facebook page. You know who you're gonna vote for. You know who you're gonna vote for. So go over there to a Facebook page and Twitter page. Back from the Grid podcast on Facebook. Back from the Grid on Twitter. Back from the Grid on Twitch if you want to check us out there, because things might be happening there in the future possibly. And let us know. So
before we continue, everyone that votes for me gets $100.
Guys, he
out
just
of
said
Monopoly
that.
Money.
Yeah, he just said that on the internet, so it has to be true, guys. It has to
of
be
Monopoly
true.
Money.
I'm gonna vote for you so that you give me $100 right
in Monopoly
now.
Money.
Like, if you slip me 100 right now, I'll tell you all the reasons that Zelda would lose. Like right now, just slip me $100 right now, man, and I will forfeit this match just for you, like instantly.
Yeah, I'll just forfeit it right now.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's this next one, Matthew?
It's our favorite segment, the segment that actually got engagement this week. It's the Cody.
I don't want to do it because Google is garbage.
LPIAY.
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 Now it just sucks because they changed it. Frickin' Google.
It's because we started doing this podcast.
LPIAY. Yeah. Get to your segment.
We actually got a fair bit of engagement. Thank you guys who responded on Facebook and our other social media platforms. By the way, you can respond every other episode that we have this segment on our social media pages and in our comment section below. But let's get right on into it.
What was the question, Matthew?
Our question this week was, what was your first video game console?
Ooh.
So this is pretty interesting. So we got a lot of variety of answers. Carol Moore said that her first console was the Atari. I don't know which one. Probably the 2600, I imagine.
Yeah.
That's what people...
Because she followed that up with, I'm really old.
I'm really old. Ashley
right.
Powell said that her first console was the Nintendo 64. So that's really cool. That was actually my first console. So that's exciting to see.
I love the Nintendo 64. It was the first console that I ever owned myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people's first console, and it was a good console to start out on.
Wasn't the first one I played, though. A lot.
So we'll get to that in a second.
We will.
And the rest of the answers, except for one being was NES, and that was from Travis Dill, and then Justin Marino.
I think is how that's said.
3 attempts.
The
later.
NES was my console, first one I played, and my mom had one, and we had Duck Hunt, and we had Super Mario Bros, and we had TMNT, and dude, it's legit.
That
console.
was the stuff back then.
It was the fecal matter. It was the fecal matter, guys.
Anyway, and then our last answer comes from Marcus Kane, Texas Instruments. Let me try this again, everybody. Texas Instruments 99 computer, essentially a glorified Atari 2600.
I actually looked this up because originally when he said Texas Instruments, my first thought was like, oh, he's talking about a
talking about
calculator.
calculator.
Yeah, but no, it's actually a gaming console that Texas Instruments made. Like, I had
Wait,
no
what?
idea that
This
they
is
made
real?
it. Yeah, look it up.
Hold on.
TI 99
Hold on.
computer. It's actually like a real thing, and it was a real console way back when. Like, I had no idea Texas Instruments ever made a console, so it's like...
Hold on, what?
Really
What?
cool.
Oh my god.
I know, it exists. Guys, look it up right now. Look at a picture of it. It looks like an Atari, because Marcus Kane here, he said Texas Instruments 99 computer, and then he said essentially a glorified Atari, which I think he is entirely correct with that.
Wait, oh my god, this is literally, like, this looks like an Atari 5200.
Mm-hmm. But no, it's a Texas Instruments 99 computer.
Okay, well, well, kind of. It looks like a glorified computer Atari
Well,
console
that's
system.
exactly what he says. That's exactly what he says.
Yeah, I can 100% see what he's coming from.
Yeah.
I wonder, can it play Atari games?
I don't think they had cross-platform compatibility way back when.
Hey, Sears launched a console.
Hey, it's Fat Albert.
Sears had a video game console, and...
Did they?
Yeah, they do, and in fact, I own it.
Oh.
My dad passed it down to me, and I have it actually in the gaming room I have.
In his own gaming room, guys.
Yeah, my own
He's got a
gaming
room dedicated to gaming. We're actually sitting in like a 10-story mansion right now. You had no idea, but we're actually like filthy rich, apparently.
Apparently.
No, guys, we're really not like help. Anyways, so yeah. Thanks for
the
all those
amazing
responses,
engagement, guys. We
That
hit a
was
chord
awesome.
with somebody here.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get on to...
Oh god, I haven't looked over your next question.
This one's a good one.
Okay, that's all right. It's not that. It's not like that one. Let's not talk about that again.
What would you consider to be the movie of the decade? This is going to be an interesting one. The decade's coming to a close. There's a lot of movies that came out in the last 10 years. A lot of people have been going to the movie theaters, enjoying it. What is your guys' consideration for movie of this decade? Go ahead, let us know in the comments section below if you're watching on YouTube, or let us know on social media at our social media pages, which is Back from the Grid Podcasts, Facebook, and then Back from the Grid, Twitch, and Twitter.
Woo! Hey! He got it right. It only took 18 podcasts, guys, and he finally got it right.
I finally memorized it.
He wasn't
everyone.
sure, but he got it right.
So let's move on to the next segment, which is going to be the end segment of our podcast. Oh man, if only we could make it longer. Just run it, make it go slower. Anyway, we're going to be going and having a game quiz with your host, the most, Matthew. Alrighty, Cody, we've got a special quiz for today, just about a little bit of everything in the entertainment news area.
I thought you said it was a Christmas one.
It's Christmas themed, by the way.
Oh boy.
So let's get right on into it.
I'm not going to know this at all. All right.
It's just 4 questions, fairly
Four
easy.
questions. I thought we were doing 5.
Sue
You forgot
me.
the rules of your own test.
Anyway, we're actually going to integrate because I feel kind of bad because I feel like there are some things.
It's 4 questions. Just do it.
Okay,
Just do
so
it.
we're going to get into it.
If I get
everybody.
0 points, I get 0 points. And then I'll get to feel how you feel every week.
Oh,
with,
wow.
With versus
Oh,
segment.
wow. You know what? No, I'm just leaving. Screw that.
All right, guys, that's the end of the episode here. So thank you so much for watching or listening to the Back from the Good podcast. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time on the next exciting episode of the Back from the Good podcast.
Oh, yeah, you're not getting out of this that easy. Wow. Okay, so let's get right on into it. And guys, don't forget, you can play 2 at home. So let's get right on into this. Question number 1.
All right, don't do the voice. Just ask the questions.
Which
I don't want
is-
to end the decade on that stupid voice. Come on now.
I can host Jeopardy.
All right, yeah. I hate you.
Oh my god. Which is not a Christmas movie? Jack Frost, Die Hard,
That's not fair.
Too Fast, Too
that's
Furious,
a contested issue.
The Night Before.
The night before.
You have 10
The night
seconds.
before. The night before what?
Just it's called The Night Before. Anyway,
I've never heard
your
of that movie.
timer starts. Fudge now.
All right. Well, obviously Die
seconds.
Hard is the best Christmas movie ever. It's officially the best one. Multiple states agree with me, I think, if I remember something
It's over. You've had 10 seconds.
Fast
Give me your
and the
answer.
Furious, because
You are correct.
that whole series is garbage. And we just lost all of our listeners.
No.
All right, let me rephrase that. In my opinion, it's all garbage.
All right. Question number 2. Which
Yes.
Batman game in the Arkham series took place around Christmas?
I haven't played any of these.
Arkham Knight, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, or Arkham Asylum. Your timer starts now.
I have no idea. All I heard was you saying Arkham 4 times.
Arkham, 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 Arkham. Oh, yeah. Arkham City just comes in and be like, pfft.
That's not how it works.
Anyway, your time is over.
I have no
Give me
idea.
your answer.
I don't even remember the options.
Just throw an answer.
What the
It's
options?
A, Arkham Knight, B, Arkham City, C, Arkham Origins, D, Arkham Asylum.
Arkham City, because it has most of the C's and Christmas starts with C.
Oh my god. Wow, you're really pulling all the stops here.
Yeah.
It's C, Arkham Origins.
See, I knew that. I was just testing you, and you got it right. Good job.
Okay.
Matthew gets a point, everybody.
Participation point.
You get participation trophy.
What does Ralphie Parker from A Christmas Story want for Christmas? Oh my god.
I told you I wasn't going to know any of these.
A, Red Rider, BB gun. B, yo-yo. C, train. D, pogo stick. And your timer starts... Crap. Oh my god. Now.
Jesus Christ. All right, guys. Think of your answers now with me, and please help send me the answers into the past.
That's it.
I'm going to say Red Rider BB gun because it's the only one that has a brand name that you gave me.
You are correct. Yay.
Oh, hey, my guessing powers are unbeatable.
I can BS my way through life. All right, this is a...
How do you think I made it through college? I literally, and this is true, I have a rule when I'm taking tests. If I don't know the answer, I pick the answer with the most words. Because usually that's the correct answer, the longest one.
All right, so teachers that are just now starting out, go ahead and take that knowledge and make it... This is a good one. This is the last question of the quiz.
We already did the last question, okay.
What was the made-up holiday from the Star Wars Holiday Special? What? A, life...
There's a holiday Star Wars special?
You don't know the holiday special?
No, of course not.
Oh my god. It's the worst thing ever.
Well, then why would I have watched it?
So, A, Life Day.
I have no idea.
B, a la carta para. C, Good Day. D,
Good Day.
Life Week. Your timer starts
How did you think I would know this, Matthew?
now.
Or have any idea about this? All right, guys, if you've seen that special, then you know the answers. So send me the answers telepathically, please, because I have no idea.
All right, your time is up,
What was
everyone.
the second option?
What was your second option?
What was the second option?
What was the second option?
What was the second option?
I'm so confused. What do
Matthew.
you mean? Elaborate.
What was the second option?
What was the second option?
What's going on here, guys? Do you not understand what I'm trying to say?
No.
What was the second one? The second choice? B. What's B?
Oh, Al
My
Carta
goodness,
Vera.
Matthew. All right, now I'm walking. Screw this.
Oh, well, that was easy. So the answer was A.
All right,
Life
I was gonna
Day.
say B, but you didn't even effing know what I was talking about. My goodness.
You should have elaborated. You should have said what was question.
How do you
number?
not know? What was the second option? It means the one that you said second.
I'm having my blonde moment. Okay,
All
I
right,
need my
that's fine.
coffee.
It is really early. All right, so that's it for today, guys. What was the correct answer, Matthew?
I just said
I wasn't
it. It
here.
was,
I just
it
walked
was-
back in.
It was A,
A. What was A?
which was Life Day.
That's
there we go.
I understand why this movie was bad.
It was not a movie. It was just a TV special that aired.
Was I supposed to see that, Matthew?
It was horrible. It was
I don't even
really
own a
bad.
television.
It was go look it up, everybody
I
that
don't
has
want to.
not seen it. It's probably the worst thing since the prequels. Actually, it's worse than the prequels.
Then it must be pretty bad.
It's really bad. It's
bad.
hilariously bad. But anyway, guys, go ahead and tell us how you guys did on our social media or comment section down on YouTube if you're watching it. Our social media is the Back from the Grid pod. No, I'm joking. Back from the Grid podcast on Facebook and Back from the Grid on Twitch and Twitter.
You got it right. And thank you guys so much for listening to us through the 2010 to 2020 decade. This has been 10 whole years, guys, of time, and we are about to go and have 2020 vision.
Aw, man.
Oh, all right, that's it for today. A little bit shorter than our usual podcasts. Matthew didn't talk for like 7 minutes, but that's totally fine. And that's going to be it for us today. So thank you guys so much for listening to the Back from the Grid podcast, and we will see you in the next decade on the next exciting episode of the Back from the Grid podcast.
Alrighty, everybody. You have a great one. Bye.
Can't believe you had your mic muted for 7 minutes.
Oh my God, leave me alone.
Oh my goodness.